Buongiorno everyone, welcome to Player Ratings Live. Get your comments in and join along and let us know how you rated the boys after the 1-0 win against Aston Villa yesterday. Let's get into it straight off. Martin Dubravka. Now, Martin Dubravka seemed to me like he had a quiet afternoon, to be honest. I can't remember him being in much danger at all, but then looking at the stats, he actually faced 11 shots overall, and you see his relief in the thumbnail picture there at getting the clean sheet, another clean sheet for Martin Dubravka. So I'd have to give him an 8. Did his job, clean sheet, lovely stuff. Who was doing more than the job is Kieran Trippier, who took the captain's armband yesterday for Jamal Lascelles. And what a job he did. Obviously, we've got bad news out this morning about Trippier being out for a while, it looks, a couple of months at least, with that broken foot. Devastating news. But we move. But yesterday, 10 out of 10 again for me. 10 out of 10. The match winner. Yet again. His free kick, another goal. But everything else he brings to the pitch in terms of leadership, communication, organisation. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. So Trippier had the lot yesterday, didn't he? He had the lot. Like, even playing when he probably shouldn't have played yesterday for his calf injury, and he still played, still battled through it. Galvanises all the other players around him. 10 out of 10. Oh, get that one out there, will you? Dan Burn, big Dan Burn, who made his debut for his hometown club yesterday, and he was phenomenal. He can have a 9 out of 10. It would have been close to a 10, maybe he had a good goal, but about as good as it gets in terms of a debut there. Dan Burn, 9 out of 10, solid as a rock. I never once feared Dan Burn being at the back yesterday. He looked so comfortable, so composed, in the air, on the ground, marking players. He was tremendous. And Villa weren't great yesterday at all, but Dan Burn battled hard against Watkins and the other dangerous players that Villa did have that didn't quite perform yesterday, but Dan Burn did perform, did everything asked of him. He was quality. Absolutely brilliant, Dan Burn. Some big moments. He looks dangerous on set plays as well. I'm looking forward to seeing him on set pieces from the attacking end as well. What a unit he is. Loved that picture that Trippier put out the day, that the club put out from the starting lineup yesterday, where they put Burn and Fraser next to each other. Brilliant stuff. Little and large would be an understatement, to be honest, but Burn is a unit at the back. He's a giant. And I was buzzing for him, and you could see how buzzing he was and how much it meant to him in his post-match interview. So really happy for Burn. Looks like a very good signing. And I'm sure he'll have a good future ahead at his hometown club. 9 out of 10 for Dan Burn. Quick see what you see in the comments. He gives him an 11. Yeah, deflated after the Trippier news. I'll get into these afterwards. I just want to keep rolling, actually. But big up everyone that's in the comments. Get through the ratings first off, and then I'll have a crack with yous. I'll sit in my juice as well. Lovely stuff. Fabian Shaw. Now, Fabian Shaw was a credit to the badge yesterday. I think a real credit to the black and white shirt. His commitment and desire to fight on through injury after injury as well. He had the good old Shearer headband on. Yeah, Terry Butcher headband on. Took a beating yesterday, did Shaw. He was down a couple of times early on. Got back up. Kept battling. He showed how much he meant and cared for it as well at the end. Real good team unity and strength and spirit that seems to be developing under Eddie Howe. And Fabian Shaw was class yesterday as well. To be honest, some big interceptions from Fabian Shaw, and just his character to get through that game and to persevere and show how much he fighted and wanted it was massive, I think, from Shaw. He can have an 8 out of 10 for Fabian Shaw. Javi Manquillo, who came in at left back, who also had an injury. Now we'll get on to the substitutions at the end. Obviously, there were some early ones. Manquillo, though, I've got a right back written down there because that's where he normally really plays, but he was left back yesterday. And he does the job there, doesn't he? He comes in at any position you offer. Manquillo does a job. He's always solid. I think he always gives you a 6 out of 10 at least. But yesterday, I'm going to give him a good 7 out of 10. He was getting forward as well. He was looking good on the break. He was looking good on that left-hand side. And let's just hope his injury isn't too bad so he can come back in to his preferred position at right back for Trippier while he's out for ages, unfortunately. Other videos out on the Trippier news if you want some depressing news for your Monday evening. So Manquillo can have a 7 out of 10. John Joe Shelby in the middle of the park. Now, yesterday, it wasn't a great game, was it? It wasn't a classic, and we didn't have that much possession at all, really. And only 37% to be exact, 37% possession. John Joe Shelby, though, when he had the possession, he made a count, I think. He got his foot stuck in a few times. He made some good passes, started sliding out balls left, right, and centre. He wasn't a fantastic game. Wasn't like he was doing the best Hollywood balls we've seen. We know he can do, but definitely did his job there again in the middle of the park. He can have a 7 out of 10. Number 7, Joe Linton. What have I got written down for Big Joe? Again, from Joe Linton, I love the picture of him at the end with his hands in the air, absolutely buzzing. He loves it now, Big Joe, man. He loves it. And he grafts his arse off for it. I mean, mentioning Shaw and his willingness to carry on and battle through with that injury, Joe Linton just grafting his arse off. His grit and determination is unbelievable. What he's offering us in the middle of the park is exceptional. I mean, Eddie Howe from taking him from a field striker to this midfield enforcer is just, I don't know what I'm watching every week. It's just mental, but he's absolutely brilliant. Getting his foot stuck in, getting interceptions, breaking up play. He's brilliant, man. He's brilliant, and it's his defensive duties that are really impacting Newcastle's results. Not offensive wise, he's not going to be getting goals. We know that he's not good enough for finishing, but if he can do what he's doing for the last couple of months in the defensive side of things, we'll have a great chance. And he's a big part of playing these clean sheets that we've been getting of late as well and got yesterday. So I Big Joe Linton. I give him a 7 out of 10. Now Joe Willock, another reason why Bruno still hasn't got a start. And will he be getting one soon? Well, unsure, to be honest, because Willock's best game of the season yesterday, what do you say? Won the penalty for Newcastle, always driving forward. Not diving, it was a bloody foul. Turned out to be a free kick though, didn't it? On the edge. We'll take that, But Willock was brilliant yesterday, like I say, really getting at the defenders. Little slaloms through the defence of Aston Villa, getting amongst the box, trying to look for that pass, trying to get his shot away, which he did a couple of times, unfortunately to no avail. I think once he gets that first goal this season, he's going to really kick on again, but he's building every week. His confidence is growing every week. His match sharpness is definitely growing. So Willock looks to be coming good again, to be honest, which I'm very pleased about. Because obviously he was a fan favourite on loan last year, and he hasn't hit anywhere near those standards so far. But Willock was very good again yesterday. The thing with Willock as well that frustrated me at times earlier in the season, and he did have an injury earlier in the season. He was playing through injections. Was that he never really seemed arsed. He looked like he had his head down a little bit, shoulders down, a bit lazy. Worked his socks off yesterday. So Joe Willock can have an 8 out of 10. We'll do Saint-Maximin. Now then, first half, wank. Very wank, to be honest, and very lazy from Saint-Maximin. No tracking back, head down. Not interested that much. Do you know what I mean? Not interested. But when he had his Lucozade at half-time, a few Jaffa cakes and a French croissant with extra chocolate and caffeine, whatever he had, don't know. But he woke up second half is what I'm trying to say. He woke up second half, bit more of a kick up his off, started running at Villa's defenders, started getting them on the back foot. He had a good shot towards the end of the second half. It might have even been stoppage time when he came cut inside. We've seen him do it time and time again. Put the shot right bottom corner. I think it just drifted wide, or Martinez might have made a save for a corner. But, he came to life a little bit second half. First half, quiet, looked a bit uninterested. Didn't look up to it, to be fair. I was saying to the bloke sitting next to me in the Gallagher, he doesn't look up to it today. He looks, maybe he's not that fit. And, sometimes we know Saint-Maximin takes so many knocks from opposition players that it's maybe an ask for him to play 2 games in a few days like that, at that intensity that he plays at, like a Duracell bunny, 100 miles an hour. It's you can't, it's hard to expect that so frequently. But second half came alive a little bit, decent, caused a bit of a threat. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Let us know what you think about that one, because maybe it's an interesting one. Cut divide. I actually seen someone comment on the Trippier video earlier when bit of a tongue twister, that one, bit of a rhyming. When I said that I was going to do player ratings later, and he said she said don't, can't remember the username. They said don't give Saint-Maximin more than a 5. So I'd like to hear everyone's thoughts on Saint-Maximin yesterday. Thoughts on Ryan Fraser? It could be very similar to what I said about Joe Willock. Improving week on week. having his old mate Eddie in charge, definitely a big bonus. Wee man from his Bournemouth days. I think he's getting the best out of him, isn't he? And like I said with Willock, game time, match sharpness, consistency, keep on working at it, getting used to it. These are things that Fraser's developing each week. The more games he plays, the more minutes he gets under his belt, the better he gets. And he's playing in that right wing where he prefers to be, his natural position. And he put in a great cross for Chris Wood, who put a glancing header over the bar. And he's doing that week in, week out now, putting deliveries into the box, grafting his arse off that right-hand side, up and down all day long, tracking back as well, putting himself about for being a wee man. And I thought he was class yesterday. Very good. And I'd give him a 7 out of 10, because no assist or anything, but 7 out of 10. Chris Wood, just mentioned it there, glanced the header over. I think he should have done better with it. Won 13 aerial duels yesterday, Chris Wood. And that's kind of why he's there in this team, isn't he? To help out those players in and around him. Maxi, Fraser, Joe Willock coming into it. That's what he's there for. I don't think Chris Wood is a goal scorer. He's got double figures the past few years in a row. He's going to have to really up his game if he wants to get that again this year. Mind only 3 this season so far, and 0 for Newcastle after 4 games now, is it? In a black and white shirt. But what I liked about Wood yesterday was that he wanted that first goal. He grabbed the ball straight away for that penalty, which obviously turned out to be on the line and given as a free kick. But he immediately wanted it. He had it on the penalty spot. He wanted the responsibilities, and I like that. I want my striker to want to take a penalty. I didn't want him to shy away. You see so many players shy away in games, in penalty shootouts. Wood straight away was like, nah, this is mine. I'm taking this. And I'm not sure how confident I would have been if he was taking it, to be honest with you. But what I would have loved to have seen him just step up, put his laces through it and smash it in the back of the net. And that would have just levelled him up massively. For him to be able to celebrate in front of a packed out St. James's yesterday, to get off the mark, that's what he needs. He needs to get off the mark. Hopefully he gets that first goal and kicks on. But still a good, hard-working performance from Wood yesterday. I'll give him a 7. Now we're getting Eddie Howe in a minute. I just want to touch on the subs. Kraft came in for Trippier on 47 minutes. And he was actually pretty good, to be honest. Even him getting forward, he was all right. Giving 1-2, he's winning corners with deflected crosses and stuff. Looked pretty solid at the back, and we're going to need him to be, especially if Manquillo's not fit. But, like I said, I don't think Villa's attackers were up to scratch yesterday at all. But Kraft did decent when he came in yesterday, did a job. Can have a 7. Dummett, likewise, around the same time, came in for Manquillo. And he was steady. He looked a bit stiff to me. He looked a bit stiff and steady. Half ready. Paul Dummett. That's probably his career summed up in 3 words, isn't it? Add injury to the neck. He was all right. I think he was all right. He was pretty good again. Solid enough. Not feeling much threat from Villa's forwards, but Dummett did a job. Came in, did a job. 7. And obviously he just had another injury the other week, so not surprised at that. Bruno, I'm not going to really talk about him because he played about 12 seconds again. He's like Andy Carroll in a Bruce, isn't he? Last minute. Just took him on. Can't wait to see more of him, but you can't blame how he's getting things right with winning games, and the midfield's getting better every week. So Bruno, can't wait to see him play. Came on for Willock on the 90th minute. He actually would have played a bit longer, would he? Because we had the added starters team yesterday, 7 minutes. So he probably got about 5-6 minutes yesterday. Bruno Guimaraes, but yeah, we haven't seen a lot of him yet. Obviously, he looked brilliant when he came on against Everton during the week. Not sure what much he did yesterday. I didn't notice, to be honest. But yeah, can't really rate him from that. Let's see if he starts next week against West Ham. Keep your comments in. I'll have a quick crack with you before we leave, before we do Eddie Howe. I'm going to give Eddie Howe 10 out of 10. A win, 3 points, and a clean sheet. It wasn't a 10 out of 10 performance. Don't get us wrong. It wasn't a great performance. It wasn't an entertaining game. It wasn't a classic. But Eddie Howe versus Steven Gerrard, and everyone's bigging up Gerrard, doing a great job, isn't he? Blah, blah. 2 wins and 9 for them now. And Eddie Howe's had one over on Howe's had one over on Lampard and Gerrard in the space of a few days there. You can see the characters he's building in that team, how much everyone's fighting for the shirt, and the results are coming, and that's the most important thing now. To get 3 wins in a row after we waited so long for that first one, back in the Burnley game, back in November, I think it was. That's massive. And Eddie Howe deserves massive credit. to be honest. He's worked tirelessly throughout January on bringing signings in. Those signings are doing well so far. Burn looked brilliant. Wood's kind of doing his job best he could have got. Bruno, I'm sure, will be brilliant. Trippier's obviously been phenomenal. Target was very, very good the other night as well. So, yeah, Eddie Howe, another win, another 3 points, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for Eddie. Let us know in the comments. 10 for House, says Tony there. Yeah, I'll have a crap use in a minute. Let's just go up, see what I've missed. Got a super chat here, so I'll get that one in. How hasn't lost a game to a non-European pedigree club? Lost to Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Foxes, rest all draw or wins. Put some respect on his name. Well said, mate. Well said. And that is true. Look at that. Look at the only teams that Eddie Howe's lost to is Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, and Leicester. You know, big teams there at the top of the league. Top 6 teams, aren't there? So, you know, you can't fault that at all from Eddie Howe. The main thing of where to stay up is beat the teams in and around with, and he's doing that. So very well said there. Very well said. Just that, mate. What do you think of the ref? I don't know, really. I think he probably got things right. I'm really glad that obviously it didn't, with VAR decided in the end, didn't it, that Watkins was offside. I think the penalty was on the edge, was a free kick, and we scored from it. So happy days. Nice one, referee. Look up everyone that's in there. The Blythe Colossus. Well, I need to be hydrated, Tony. I was very dehydrated last time. Last night, dehydration of the beers yesterday was high. J7, grade 8. You can rewind for that one. Dan Burns rating. Rewind when it's done. I've got all night, right? Got the dinner cooking. Low 9, great for the goal. Willock won the free kick. Well, as we know, Manquillo went off injured as well, so let's hope that's not long-term or serious. Obviously, we'll be looking at Kraft, won't we? Kraft and Target, or maybe Murphy and Target. Yeah. Shelby and Willock kept Coutinho quiet. Leicester did. Big up Callum. This is something else you could do as well. I'm not sure how often Matt Target's played as a right back leg. Big up the Cop TV, AJT in the building. We did a nice little show earlier on DR Sports, the weekend review, so make sure you check that one out after this one. Aaron sums up Fraser there nicely, 8 out of 10, grafting hard. Everyone's devastated about Trippier, obviously. Good evening, buddy. Good evening, buddy. Paddy, the buddy. 5 out of 10 for Chris. Cheers, Tony. West Ham will be very difficult. It will be. You know, they are 4th in the league, West Ham. But I'm confident of maybe going there and getting a draw at least, to be honest with you. I am. We'll get into that later in the week, though. Some West Ham previews and that. 3-5-2 could be an option with our injuries. There's a good point there. Not sure of how we'll disrupt the formation that's been working well, though. But then again, happy Valentine's Day, Greg. Happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy yourselves. What else are you seeing? More people shouting about the 3-5-2 potential. I really want to rest my arm on the table at the makes in the way. 3-5-2 potential for the trip to, I'm still going to call it Upton Park, West Ham's Olympic Stadium. Loads of comments coming in. Shout out everyone that's in. Please make sure you're smashing that like button and subscribing. These are all questions and points you should get in on Toon Therapy every Thursday night for talking points such as those. But that'll do for the player ratings. I'm off to scran some dinner. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Make sure you continue to drop your player ratings in the comments below. Subscribe to the Magpie Channel TV and enjoy yourselves.